Hi, thanks so much for joining. We're just going to give everybody a couple of minutes here to arrive. We'll get started here within a few minutes. Thanks. Okay, thank you so much for joining. I'd like to. We want to talk to you a little bit about the Sage Hosting Partner Program at Cloud at Work, and as well the Development Funds overview and how we're really making an impact in the Sage partner community as far as cloud hosting is concerned. So just a little bit of housekeeping. If there are any questions, you can type those in at the end of the presentation. Presentation is going to be roughly 1 hour, and if we have any of those questions, I'll be sure to answer them. We'll have more than enough time. So my name is Tyler Bauer. I'm the Director of Cloud Hosting Services here at Net at Work and Cloud at Work. I specialize mainly in two things. The first is focused on emerging tech and making sure that our technology is in the upper right-hand corner as we move forward in today's technology landscape. And the second part is focused with our customers and helping them transition to new cloud resources and helping them in that aspect of cloud transition and digital transformation. I also work heavily with our partners and strategize with ways to help create impact and help really provide value for their customers. So we're going to cover a few things here. We're going to cover industry studies, talk about a few challenges in today's business environment for partners, talk about the cloud at work solutions to those challenges and differences between the different types of cloud. There's a lot of confusion today that clouds are all created equal, and we want to make sure that all of our partners are aware of those differences. And then as well talk about that phenomenal hosting incentive program that we have built for partners for 2021. So the first thing is a lot of partners that I talk to are really looking for public cloud to help solve some of their customers' challenges. Really, what those partners find out in very short order is that the public cloud is very difficult to control. And according to IDG in 2020, not only from a customer perspective but a partner perspective, controlling cloud costs, data privacy and security challenges, securing and protecting cloud resources, governance and compliance, lack of cloud security skills and expertise internally are all major challenges that they're faced with on a day-to-day basis when looking to deliver cloud resources through the public cloud. A lot of folks have this misconception that if by subscribing to an AWS or subscribing to an Azure, that they're automatically getting the entire customer experience taken care of, or that it's very easy to build a customer experience on top of those platforms. And that's just not the case. As far as data, as far as where our customers are moving towards, IDG has really surveyed a lot of customers in the SMB mid-market space, and according to IDG, disaster recovery and high availability, there's 40% of that marketplace around, or 40% of the SMB mid-market is really looking to migrate towards that as we speak. 20% is looking to migrate towards a solution within the next 12 months and 14% within the next 1 to 3 years. If you fast forward down to CRM, ERP, HRMS, and line of business applications, 41% is currently migrating and another 17% is looking to migrate within the 12 months. If you combine that 17% within the next 12 months and as well the 1 to 3 years, you have about 31% of the market, along with 41%, which is totaling 62% of the market within the next 3 years will be migrating their line of business application to the cloud. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, and we're going to get into those, but customers are experiencing a lot of different pain points around cybersecurity and governance challenges, really being able to have high availability around their core line of business. And as business partners, as technology leaders, we need to be on the forefront of helping them in that transformation. So why did we create Cloud at Work? We created Cloud at Work simply to create the best cloud experience for Sage partners and Sage users. We are built from the ground up with Sage Enterprise capabilities from a cloud perspective, as well as a customer experience perspective. We bring a ton from a platform perspective for partners to build very, very unique cloud capabilities for their customers. So we were founded in late 2017, and essentially we found that customers were really consuming one of two cloud types. They were either consuming enterprise cloud management solutions like just traditional infrastructure as a service managed solutions, or they were going with other Sage hosting options. And the reason for that was because they had Sage expertise, and it was hosting specifically for Sage. The challenge with the enterprise managed service or enterprise infrastructure as a service solution is they really don't know the application. So when you had problems as a user, really there was a lot of finger pointing happening between maybe someone who's focused on the application and the person managing the infrastructure. Now, on the Sage hosting side, there are a lot of companies out there who are doing this, but what they found was, yes, there was knowledge around the Sage application, but a lot of pain points existed around just poor customer experience, poor availability, because they were cutting corners on the infrastructure side, on the cloud capability side, and not doing the right things there. They were really trying to get to market with the least expensive solution, and customers felt that, whether through an outage or lack of support or lack of strategy. And so Cloud at Work really brings those two together. We bring that enterprise cloud approach with our infrastructure, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But as well, we have world-leading Sage application knowledge that we leverage on the help desk in order to really build that seamless transition to you as a partner. So as Cloud at Work, we're not looking to solve application issues. We're simply trying to streamline the support process to get them in your hands faster and point you in the right direction as to where we feel that their problem is based on our experience. So as far as pain points, we're seeing that there's poor Sage application performance with some of those providers. The customers are seeing lack of support with third-party and ISV solutions. Some even don't allow them in. And as we know, as Sage partners, the ISV and third-party solutions are critical for a lot of our customers. As far as business continuity, sometimes it doesn't even exist. I've seen some Sage hosting companies actually have backup policies that reside on the same network as production, which if you're technical is a big no-no and opens up a lot of risk for ransomware and security issues. There's a lot of lost partner productivity. So sometimes you might find yourself solving issues that you normally weren't solving before. Whereas a partner, you're really looking to land your customer with a phenomenal cloud solution that's going to give them an excellent customer experience, and as well build credibility with your customer that that experience has been thought through and really explored. Otherwise, that burden is going to land on you as a partner, and that's not something that Cloud at Work was built on. As far as slowness, that really ties to the technology or the lack thereof of investment into different types of performance-related technologies built within the data center. And sometimes as partners evaluating different cloud solutions, it's hard to really see those until you talk to customers or experience that for yourself. And then as well, poor partner or poor customer experience. A lot of partners look at themselves as a cloud platform for your customers, and that's it. So you might call them for support because your customer's calling you with a problem, and they'll just throw it back over to you and say, we can't help you here. This is an application issue. You're not going to experience that with Cloud at Work. And so this diagram really talks about how we solve those pain points. So you have hosting capabilities and technology on one end, and you have application-specific expertise on the other. And up until Cloud at Work, there was really none that converged the two and really met in the middle in order to create a very highly secure, available platform with a Sage focus, with Sage tooling for partners to build a better business and to build a better reoccurring revenue stream. So this showcases that. It shows us what we were just talking about with public cloud and other managed infrastructure as a service companies, right? This shows us that really public cloud, when you think about the layers that are involved and what you'll have to fill in as a partner, public cloud is really taking you from a data center perspective, redundancy of those data centers and servers, and possibly delivering the core network. Um, and that's it. Everything else from a virtualization management, from a fully managed 24/7 support solution, ticketing systems, all of that would have to be you as a business partner. And as well, you'd have to bring with it that Sage ISV expertise, not only from a troubleshooting perspective on the application, but how that application lives, breathes, feels in a cloud environment. And those support challenges are very different. A lot of you have probably seen Sage come out with the Sage Partner Cloud solution, and this public cloud solution is a representation of that. Um, you're essentially tapping into public cloud and having a third party help manage some of the servers, but make no mistake about it, managing the virtualization, monitoring, supporting your customers 24/7, fielding support tickets and calls, and managing all of that is going to be the partner's responsibility. And a lot of partners just aren't up for that challenge. It's a big investment if you're not already in that industry. So the next logical transition would be to look at that managed infrastructure as a service solution. Obviously, that takes it through the fully managed to 24/7, 365 support. There's a lot of those companies out there. But that small gap between fully managed and Sage and ISV expertise is so huge when you're talking about building a customer experience. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the differences from cloud at work. But if you could get that same, if your customer could consume the same managed infrastructure as a service that has a phenomenal SLA and has a phenomenal infrastructure experience, but they could experience that with the same pricing, but get all of that Sage leverage, I think we know which one your customer would pick. And as well, from a partner experience, it's going to eliminate that finger pointing that's going to happen at that in between that Sage ISV layer. So when you look at cloud at work and really how we're built from the ground up, we have two tier 4 data centers, fully redundant and power independent of one another. So at every level of that data center, there's another redundant aspect to it. We have high availability built into all of our infrastructure. We have hourly and daily backups that are stored on separate networks for security and compliance reasons, as well to not put your customers or you as a partner in a vulnerable position as far as data security. We've built everything optimized to Sage environments. So when we look at making infrastructure spends or implementing technology or implementing certain tooling or platforms or portals that our partners can utilize, we do that with Sage customers in mind 100% because that's all we focused on. 100% we dedicate all of the environments for our customers. So there's a lot of Sage partners, or I'm sorry, a lot of Sage hosting companies out there who may be sharing SQL environments or sharing Active Directories or sharing different components of the customer experience. It's a big no-no when you look at really just the full risk profile that you're delivering to your customer. You can be rest assured that every single piece of the customer's cloud environment is isolated from one customer to the next. And just because one customer is impacted by, let's say, a ransomware attack or that they let in and clicked on, that is not going to impact any other customer in the Cloud at Work data center. We have proactive monitoring, a world-class support. We have a team of folks with combined experiences of over 65 years in cloud support experience, and the cloud has not been around that long. So when you look at the tenure and you look at the experience level that's on the Cloud at Work team, it's really bar none. And then as well, we're built and staffed top down with Sage Performance and Sage Partner Remediation and Customer Remediation at its core. That's everything that we are as an organization. This is going to showcase to you what I'm talking about in a more visual form. So when you look at traditional cloud solutions, let's use the Sage Partner Cloud as an example. you have multiple vendors involved, you have multiple layers. So in this case, if you're subscribing to Azure, you have then a cloud management company on top of that layered there. You then have Sage, and then you have yourself as the Sage business partner, and then you have your client. Those are a lot of different transition points to to bring together in order to deliver one unique customer experience. However, if you look at Cloud at Work, you have a very simplistic approach to that experience. Cloud at Work owns all of the technology. There's no layers behind Cloud at Work. All of the technology that we use to deliver your cloud experience for your customers, we own. So we have full control. We have full flexibility. There's no limitations. And when you look at comparing other cloud partners in the marketplace today, one way that you might see is availability or nines. Now, 99.9% is what you'll see a lot of times from Sage partners, Sage hosting companies. This seems like a lot, but in reality, when you extrapolate out the numbers, it's essentially almost 9 hours a day, or 9 hours a year. Now, 9 hours a year, that we don't get to pick and choose when that 9 hours may be. So that could be in the busiest transition time of our year as a customer. That could be at the crux of our year when it's our busiest production time. And so if that would happen to a customer, how catastrophic is that? When you look at Cloud at Work, we guarantee 99.99% to your customers. And that's sub an hour a year. And in actuality, we've been trending for the past 2.5 years since inception at the 6 nines layer. So sub seconds per year. Now, this is very impactful because when you have a reliable infrastructure, when you have a reliable and secure infrastructure that you can operate your business off of with that application, it opens the doors for so many more conversations around productivity and usage and really how users are consuming it in an effective way. So just in summary, we have at Cloud at Work an experience that's really unmatched in the industry. Remember, we bring with us this enterprise cloud approach, but paired with it a complete Sage focus. So we have that 99.99% uptime guarantee, which we just talked about. We have our tier 4 data centers. We have a 24/7/365 support and monitoring service team that we have internally here. And we're custom built to your specific business needs, no limitations within Cloud at Work for your customers. We have hourly snapshots for 48 hours and daily backups for 30 days. Those are all stored on separate networks. And I'm proud to say that every customer in our data center, no matter if you're paying $1 a month or $1 million a month, every customer has that same data policy. We have those geodiverse data centers and really real-time replication between them. We have an integrated cloud and Sage customer experience and no limitations like we mentioned. And as well, customers have the ability to subscribe to our DR plan where we create a custom plan for each customer that delivers a 4-hour recovery time objective. So your customer can know that they'll never be down for more than 4 hours, and a recovery point objective of 1 hour. They'll never lose more than 1 hour's worth of data. So that sounds fantastic from a customer's point of view. And it's important that we understand Cloud at Work and really what makes us unique from a technology perspective and customer consumption perspective. But let's talk a little bit about partnerships. So why would you partner with Cloud at Work? The number one reason in my mind is because we know Sage applications. We work with them day in and day out. We have over 250 customers who are using Sage applications in our cloud, from Sage 100 to Sage X3. We have tons of knowledge around how those different nuances, third parties, ISVs, customizations, how they all work and how they can all play nicely together. We have unlimited capability from connections, whether your customers want to integrate into other clouds or integrate to local environments. We have all of those capabilities. And as well, we focus heavily on enterprise cloud technology and cybersecurity. We're one of the only cloud providers who's actually going through our own SOC 2 Type 2 compliances. So you know that we're investing heavily into our customer security and data security. We pay the highest partner margins. So when you compare other partners, other cloud solutions out there, you'll typically see between 9 to maybe 10%, maybe even less than that. Cloud at Work starts its partners out at 20% margins. We take on more of the burden, so you're not having any type of cost of goods sold or any type of support cost that you're not able to charge for. And so that's all going to fall right to your bottom line. It's very important to us that our partners build recurring revenue streams. We have partner quick start packages, and as well, we have the only development fund in the industry where we've allocated and earmarked in 2021 almost $1.2 million that's to be spent with our customers and our partners in order to really engage in the core values of our partners and our as well our internal customers. So, key benefits. We're easy to work with. The only thing that you have to do is make the introduction to your customer, and we can take care of the rest. Or if you'd rather be involved in that sales process, we're perfectly fine with that. We're very flexible. We understand Sage and we speak your language. So we know all of the different ISVs. We understand all the different nuances of how a customization might work, or different ways that users might want to connect for different components. We pay the highest partner margins, as we mentioned, and you're able to quickly create a recurring revenue stream for your customers. No strings attached. And we deliver, in my opinion, the best customer experience for Sage users on the market. Now, if you're coming on board as a partner, what are we going to do to help get you onboarded? And so that's why, in combination with Agal Rabinovich, we've created the Partner Quick Start Initiative. So we have materials and trainings in order to educate all of your sales and account management teams. We have marketing assets and collateral that you'll have constant access to. We have webinars that we can do just like this one for all of your customers, and we do them every month for all of our partners, and we'll do them specific for your business. We have an expert tool in order to help customer profile and opportunity map to really handle those back end visualization into the customer base and what the potential is. We have campaigns in a box that we can very easily showcase within your customer base and have you send those out, or we can send those out for you as well. We have tons of sales support to help you close the deals, and expert services to ensure happy customers from a partner perspective. Now, something that I'm very proud of in 2021, and why I feel really every partner should work with Cloud at Work, is that we're investing heavily into our partners' business. So if your clients want to move their application to the cloud, and your client chooses Cloud at Work and signs a 24-month agreement, we'll actually take a large sum of cash, typically between 2.5 to 3x whatever they're paying Cloud at Work. So for the example of, let's say, a $2,000 a month customer, we'll actually earmark $5,500 to $6,000 for that customer, and we'll provide that back in the form of a credit or a coupon, if you will. Now that credit, those dollars, can only be spent with you as a business partner. So if you have upgrades that you're looking to implement for your customer, if you have new software that you're looking to sell, if you have services or projects, you're able to really deliver or unlodge those opportunities with these funds. So the way it would work is, if you had an upgrade and the upgrade cost to the customer $7,000, and in that same example, we earmarked $6,000 to give to you as a partner. Now your customer is able to trade in those credits for that $7,000 upgrade, pay $1,000 for that upgrade and upgrade to the cloud, and Cloud at Work will pay you the rest, the $6,000. So you're able to discount heavily your project, your software, your initiative, but get paid by Cloud at Work to make up the difference. So it makes it easier for you to sell your core initiatives and core values, and Cloud at Work is going to foot that bill. on top of paying those high partner margins that we're still committed to in 2021. The other option is if there's no projects, or you want to reallocate those funds back to the customer for whatever reason, we can provide the customer up to 3 months free included in this program. Other partners are actually using these funds in very unique ways. So some partners are creating even more of a strategic initiative by offering a spiff to their account managers or salespeople. And they're doing that because they want to hit the ground running and gain really full market share of their customer base for the cloud. So they feel to align the account managers and sales folks, as well as still incent the customer and still get that 20%. They want to go as fast as they can. And so that's just another unique way that partners are creatively using these funds today. So I know that was a lot, but if there's any questions, now's the time. Please type them in to the bottom and we'll be sure to get those answered for you. And while we're going through that, I'll just quickly give you my contact information. If you don't have a question today and you'd like to learn more about the cloud and more about Cloud at Work and our partner program, we're more than happy to help you here. So here's all my direct contact info. So we'll give everybody a couple of minutes here to answer the questions, and we'll respond. Okay, so the first question I have is if we subscribe to Cloud at Work for our customers, are we able to utilize the partner margin of 20% and the incentive program? That answer is yes. So this is built 100% to consume both of those. We really want to tip the scales and hit the ground running with all of our partners and really help the customer base of Sage 100, Sage 300, X3. So yes, absolutely, you can use both. So I have another question here. It asks, what types of webinars have you done in the past with other partners? Well, with other partners, we've actually done product specific webinars. So we have a slew of materials that we have built for each individual product. So for 100, 300, HRMS, fixed assets even. So we have these presentations that we have ready, and we actually present to the customers and help co-market those webinars to drive traffic to it. And then we just co-present those webinars. So it's great question. Okay, I don't see any other questions here. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up. But if you have any questions, please reach out. Here's all of my direct info. But with that, I'll let everybody get a few minutes of their day back. And thank you so much for joining. And we hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.